Welcome to the Curio Storyteller, and welcome to It's a Super Scary Saturday Sleepover. Come on, get in the bed over here. I'll throw Oreo Jr. over there with y'all. Go on, get in the bed with Oreo Jr. so we can tell these scary stories. Okay, well, there's no recap for this because we just are in, 30 chilling tales, short and shivery. And today, this Saturday, we're going to be going to Japan. Shout out to Japan. And you know what? Shout out to all the people celebrating AAIP, that's Asian American Island Pacificer Day. Shout out to all y'all celebrating, and shout out to anybody who, falls under that. So with that being said, today we're going to be doing a Japanese story called The Waterfall of Ghost. Scott, are you scared?
Terrified.
Oreo Jr. is terrified. He's trying to get up under the covers. Let's get it. There was once a small village in Japan very near a cascade called the Waterfall of Ghost. No one could say for sure why it was called this. Some people thought they saw the twisting shapes of ghosts in the mist that rose from the rocks unto which the water poured. Some claimed to hear ghostly voices or the voices of gods or demons. Okay, we got a lot going on in this waterfall. In the roar, it was considered a holy place. So the villagers built a small shrine at the foot of the falls and left a little wooden money box there for visitors to make offerings. That's sweet. It's really good. One frosty evening in the last century, the women and girls who worked in the local factory where they spun hemp into lengths of rope gathered around the big iron stove after their work was done. As they warmed their hands by the coal fires, they amused themselves by telling ghost stories. They're just like us.
Mm.
Uh-huh. By the time a dozen stories had been told, even the bravest began listening with new ears to the whisper of the wind at the door and window frames. They began to grow uneasy at the idea of walking home through the dark. I do that even when I'm not telling ghost stories because I'm like that, very paranoid. Then one of the younger girls, who was enjoying the little thrill of fear she was getting, said, "Just think of going all alone tonight to the Waterfall of Ghost." Her suggestion provoked shudders, followed by a nervous laughter. "Why?" said the ghost, or I'm sorry, said the girl, unwilling to let the matter rest. "I'll give all the hemp I spun today to anyone who goes." "So will I," exclaimed another, caught up in the spirit of the game. "And I," another promised. Soon, all but one of the women had offered her day's output of rope as a prize to anyone brave enough to go to the waterfall that night. The only spinner who did not join with the others was a young woman named Okatsu, the wife of the village carpenter. "Listen," she said, "if you will all really agree to hand over the hemp you spun today," I don't know why she got a southern accent, but she gonna have a southern accent. It's like southern Japan, southern Japanese American accent. "I will go to the Waterfall of Ghost." Her words were met with cries of astonishment. Most thought she was joking, but when she repeated her challenge several times, they realized she was serious. Super, super serial. Each of the spinners promised to give up her share of the day's work to Okatsu if she went to the waterfall. "But how will we know if she really goes there?" several women asked. "Why, Let her bring back the money box from the shrine, said the old woman, the other's nicknamed grandmother. She added, that will be proof enough. She can return the money in the morning after she has shown it to us. I'll bring it. You'll see, boasted Okatsu. Sorry, our dog is having an allergy attack and he sounds like Thumper. So pretend it's Thumper from, Bambi. Or pretend like it's Oreo Jr. over there. Anyway, let's get back into the scary mood. Ignore Thumper in the background. Boasted Okatsu, who did not believe in ghosts. In her greed, she had also made up her mind to take the money from the offering box before she returned it. Girl, we out here stealing from the collection plate, are we? Pause. What do y'all think happens when you steal from the collection plate? What do y'all think is gonna happen to this woman who's stealing from the collection plate? Put in the comment section. Scott.
Go to hell.
She gonna catch one of them demons. They say gods and demons out there, girl. You gonna catch one of them demons. Okay, but let's get back into the scary mood here. Bundling a warm robe around her, she hurried out into the street. The night was frosty, but clear. The young woman's wooden clogs made crunching sounds on the ice-crusted road as she hurried down the empty street. All the doors and windows of the houses she passed were shut tight against the piercing cold. But Okatsu only pulled her robe more tightly about her and thought of the coin she would take from the offering plate shrine. In a short while, girl, ew. And the hemp she would take from her fellow workers in the morning. Soon she left the village behind and hurried along the road that ran between frozen rice fields that glittered in the starlight. For nearly half an hour, she traveled through the great silence. Then she heard the distant roar of the Waterfall of Ghost. A little while later, she began following a narrow path that wound under high cliffs. Her way grew darker and more dangerous as she neared the bottom. But she had visited the falls before, so she knew her way. The roar of the cascade grew louder and louder. The path ran around a huge boulder and opened onto a stretch of pebbled shore. The sounds of the falls were now deafening. She could see the water like a shining river of silk against the black cliffs. Oh, girl, that's real descriptive. I like that. I like it a lot. Scott, are you whispering with me? In the starlight, she could just make out the curved roof of the shrine and the shadowy square of the money box underneath that she about to steal from, because this woman is a sociopath. Sorry, not sorry. She rushed forward eagerly and stretched out her hand to take it. But the sounds of the waterfall suddenly began a babble of voices crying, "Oh, wicked woman." For a moment, Okatsu stood frozen, gripped with terror. But she was a bold young woman. A thief, if you will. No, that part didn't. I just made that up. It's only the sound of the water, she told to herself. Oh, wait, she got a southern accent. It's only the sound of the water, she said to herself when she looked at the falls. She seemed to see strange, twisted shapes boiling about the base. And let me show y'all boom, this the falls right here. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's super scary down there. Look at her. Stealing from the collection plate. Right chair. Look at her. A thief. She told herself, that's only the mist. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. She's southern. She got a southern accent. That's only the mist. She snatched up the money box and ran. Behind her, the chorus of ghostly voices cried, "Oh, oh, oh, my lantern." No, I'm kidding. Wicked, wicked woman. Okatsu did not stop running until she reached the top of the path. There she paused a moment, gasping for breath. Then she ran back towards the village. Around her, snow began to fall lightly on the ice covered fields, then faster and faster. A wind rose and tried to push her back the way she came. In its howling, she thought she could hear angry voices crying, Okasu! Okasu! But she kept on, her robe wrapped snugly around her and only her eyes uncovered. The snow was drifting so high that even her tall clogs could not keep her feet dry. Need some boots, sis. But she was back in the village now, and she could see the lights of the hemp factory ahead. Before she went any further, she took shelter in an alleyway between two buildings and opened the money box. She took all but a handful of copper coins and put these in her kimono. You ain't nothing, girl. Doing this one, whatever you get is what you deserve, and what you deserve is what you're going to get. Then she walked towards the lighted windows of the factory. The other women had all stayed to see if Okatsu would make good on her boast. They cried out in amazement. Wow. When she entered, panting, with the money box from the shrine. They brought her to the fire, asking breathless questions about what happened. Okatsu told them in a few sentences about hearing ghostly voices, though she did not tell them the voices called her wicked. She said nothing about the coin she had stolen because she a stone cold thief. Though some of those are my words. You can figure that out for yourself. When the mother or the woman nicknamed grandmother opened the box and saw only a few copper in the bottom, Okatsu was loudest in crying how miserly people were to leave such a miserable offering at the shrine, because baby, they need to put more in there so I can steal it from the collection plate, is what she wanted to say. How brave you are, Okatsu, said the young girl whose challenge had started the whole business. You have certainly earned the hemp we promised. The others all agreed, and they good naturedly turned their day's output over to Okatsu, the thief. Then they hurried away to their own houses. When she was alone, Okatsu took the stolen coins out of her kimono to count them by the ruddy glow of the fire. But the offering box on the floor beside her feet suddenly began to rock from side to side. Uh-oh, girl, is it heat? Oh, what is this? cried the startled young woman. As if to answer her, the lid of the box suddenly flew open, and a white mist like steam issued from it. Girl, is it a genie? Is it this? Did we bounce back to that?
Maybe.
I don't know. Okatsu looked on in horror as the mist began to take on strange forms and suddenly became a howling cloud of ghosts. Their bodies were drawn out to amazing lengths. Their legs dwindled away to nothingness. Their necks were long and twisted like snakes. They stretched their long arms out and clutched at Okatsu with their thin, pale fingers. Around and around the frightened woman they spun, like a horrible whirlpool that is a thief screeching, Wicked woman! Wicked woman! Okatsu thought she might faint. She sank her knees and begged the ghost to leave her alone. Girl, you better give them their money back. They'll leave you alone when you give them their money. Then an idea occurred to her. Yeah. She took the coins she still held in her hands and returned them to the offering box. When all the money had been put back, the ghosts poured themselves like a waterfall down into the box. The lid closed with a snap. Quickly dressing in warm robes, Okatsu took the box and hurried back to the shrine. There she replaced it with the promise to give the spirits of that place all the money she could get from selling the hemp she had gained from her disrespectful deed. This she did the very next morning, and she was never troubled by ghosts again. And they all lived happily ever after.
All right. Well, that's good.
The end of our story. Y'all know how these things end. From you guys, I would like to know what stood out to you guys, and or what lesson did you learn from this story? Put it in the comment section. Scott, what about you? What stood out? What did you learn?
Don't steal, not even from ghosts.
Not even from the collection plate. That's the Holy Ghost. Uh-huh. I think I learned the same. I mean, this was a pretty straightforward ghost story. Don't be sitting around telling ghost stories and then daring each other to do nothing crazy and then send somebody with antisocial personality disorder to make it happen. Period. Okay, well, with that, guys, we're going to end it here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the story, and hopefully you guys aren't super scared right now. That can happen. So we're gonna end it, but in I say 30, it could be child. Time is illusion over here. Okay, this is curio. We weird. Anyway, but we'll be back with Dream Date. But in the meantime, in between time, as always, we hope you guys enjoy spending time with us. And as always, we enjoy spending time with you guys. Y'all are the best part. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, check out some shorts, some lives. You can check out, some videos, all that stuff. Sukasa is me casa, and Oreo Jr.'s casa. So from wherever we are, even if we in the middle of the woods, stealing from the collection plate like we're not supposed to wherever you guys are, peace, love, and happiness. And again, we'll see you in 30 minutes, but ta-ta for now. Bye, guys. Later.
Bye.
Bye.